Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
The Lisbon Police Department is telling everyone who lives there to be on alert. The department posted this to its Facebook page saying the vandals are at it again, this time egging vehicles, spray painting a couple churches, and even cutting Christmas light wires. Valley News Team's Maddie Gelseth talked to some people who say the vandalism in their small town is getting worse.
Monday, the city of Lisbon was attacked with a few vandalism. The Lisbon Police Department tells me Christmas light wires are being cut, along with spray paint being on buildings.
They're destroying somebody else's property, and, obviously that's a crime.
Chief Persons says the attacks were done by different people, but she doesn't know for sure because there were no witnesses or cameras to catch them in the act.
Whether it's different groups or different people doing it, one feeds off the other one.
But if they are caught, it'll be a Class B misdemeanor.
They are going on to private property and destroying somebody else's property.
Chief Persons says it's been a random increase in vandalism in the last 5 to 6 weeks, and she hopes to put a stop to it soon. In Lisbon, Maddie Gelseth, Valley News Live.
If you have any information regarding the recent vandalism in Lisbon, you are asked to call police. A Fargo man is accused of threatening to kill another man at a Mandan apartment complex. Police say 42-year-old Mario Aguilar went over to the victim's apartment to talk with him Sunday night and started kicking the door and threatening to kill him when he wouldn't let him in. Police say Aguilar eventually forced his way inside the apartment and officers found him in the bathroom. Aguilar claims he was hit in the head with a frying pan by the victim during the fight. It's pleasant out there for most of the day. It's been anyway, dipping into the 30s in a lot of places. Any concerns in the overnight hours, Hutch?
Well, once again, we have some clouds and some reduced visibilities, mainly along the international border, where it's been a gray day once again. At this time, the visibilities aren't problematic, but they could dip down this evening. The radar is showing in central North Dakota a few flakes of snow pushing into the James River Valley and the Devil's Lake Basin. This will be a dusting, nothing too heavy, but an increase in clouds after here in the FM area. We're seeing some breaks in those clouds. Low 30s here at this hour, 20s up in northern portions of the valley. We'll all be dipping into and through the 20s as we go through the evening as these light flurries pass. I'll have details on what we can expect on a day of transition tomorrow across the valley as a cold front will blast through, bringing some light snow and wind. Details here in a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. The Devils Lake Police Department is warning people about a high-risk sex offender who is now living in that area. Police say Rodney Motto is now living at 225 West Walnut Street in Devils Lake. He is described as 5 feet 10 inches, American Indian with black hair and brown eyes. Court documents state that Motto has been convicted of a crime against someone who was less than 15 years old. He must register for a lifetime. The Bemidji Police Department is asking for your help finding these two people in regard to an ongoing investigation. If you know who they are, you can call 218-368-9392. Be sure to reference picture number 357. The Minnesota State Patrol says troopers who chased a speeding driver who then struck 3 children on a playground were within the agency's policy. The 6-minute chase happened in June. The patrol's review board looked into the case after that and made their determination. 3 siblings, ages 2, 3, and 4, were injured when the vehicle driven by Kabar Powell slammed into the playground equipment at an elementary school in Minneapolis. The chief of the Minnesota State Patrol says the incident may still prompt some changes to their policy on pursuits.
The troopers are working today. The Critical Incident Review Board found that they were within our existing policy. Troopers are trained. They're trained to drive. They're trained to drive fast. It's not comfortable for me as the chief to watch or know that our troopers drive fast, but the reality is that their job at times requires it.
Powell is serving a 33-month prison sentence for that crash. A man who said he was distracted by his cell phone rolled his vehicle several times and suffered injuries early this morning in Stearns County. Minnesota police say they responded to an accident around 2:30 a.m. in Munson Township. They say 26-year-old Raimundo Villavicencio Quijas had rolled his car. He was treated for injuries at a St. Cloud hospital and then issued a citation for driving after suspension, careless driving, and use of a telecommunications device. Authorities in Fargo say there are new options to make sure that you get your packages instead of the porch pirates. Here's one. The FedEx delivery manager now allows you to pick up your packages at participating Walgreens. There are 2 locations in Moorhead and 1 in Fargo. Those addresses are right there on your screen. The UPS My Choice app is another option. It provides you with an up-to-date delivery alert and allows you to track multiple packages in a calendar view online. And finally, USPS Informed Delivery allows you to preview images of your incoming mail. You can also sign up for text or email notifications of delivery. Former Senator Bob Dole paid a solemn tribute to President George H.W. Bush today. The 95-year-old was emotional as he was escorted into the U.S. Capitol Rotunda to pay his respects, getting emotional as he was helped to his feet to salute the 41st President of the United States and his fellow World War II veteran. Dole and Bush had a bitter relationship while seeking the Republican presidential nomination in 1988. Following the election, though, they made amends, with Dole becoming an ally for President Bush in the Senate. North Dakota lawmakers are paying their respects to the late President Bush in Washington this week. Senator John Hoeven says he was the perfect man for the presidency, given his history in Congress, the CIA, and the military. But Hoeven says the focus now is rightfully on his genuine and kind nature. Hoeven says he remembers the president visiting North Dakota for the centennial, planting a tree on the Capitol grounds. His ability to work with everyone, bringing a spirit of cooperation to his work, are also things that stick with the senator.
That sincerity, the fact that he really, when he came up to you and said, "How are you?" he meant it, and he wanted to know you and know who you are. That sincerity, that warmth.
Senator Hoeven says he plans to go to the funeral. The new Fargo City Hall is officially open. A community open house is being held right now to show off the new facility. Visitors have a chance to explore all 3 main floors of the building during the open house, with city staff members giving tours within each department. Over 200 employees work in the new structure, which was designed to house municipal operations into the next century. If you haven't had a chance to stop by the new City Hall yet, the open house runs until 8 o'clock tonight.
In our schools, mental health issues are becoming an epidemic.
Rural schools in North Dakota took a step forward today to end that epidemic. How the schools are eliminating the barriers that have stopped students from getting help now and in the future. That's tonight on Valley News Live at 6. From the Christmas tree to illuminating the staircase, this is the time of year where decoration possibilities are endless, and they can be simple. Decorators we talked with say adding ribbon to your tree can make it really pop. And if you have a table in the hallway, try stringing some lights together with extra garland and ornaments to bring it to life. Is your dog